In this video, we will try to understand the tutorial on NumPy. So there are so many exciting things to learn in this NumPy tutorial. So let's start. So we will start with first part, and that is array. So array is a basically central data structure of NumPy library, and basically array is used to structure the data in such a way that the finding of a data and the location of a data is very easy. Basically, it works on two important things: how to locate the data and how to interpret the data. So array is a grid of elements that express in a various way. So what are the different various way? The first part is 1D array. So to use NumPy, we have to import NumPy. And I'm using NumPy as NP. So whenever I write NP, that means I'm actually calling the library NumPy. Okay. So let's run this. I'm working on a Google Colab. I hope you also are working in a Google Colab. If not, it is a Jupyter notebook format. Great. So let's go. So 1D array, you can see there's only one axis. Okay, there's one axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we can store this 2, 3, 4, 5 list, tuple, set, and dictionary also. But the thing is, why to go for array? It is very easy to locate the elements in array. That's why the array is always choose over list, set, tuple, and dictionary. That's why it is choose over always list, set, dictionary, and tuple. Okay, so there is a 1D array. You can see there is only 0 axis. Now, how to create this array inside the NumPy? So, creation of a 1D array. Now, what is the meaning of that? So, first I am writing x equal to np a range 2 comma 6 and reshape to 4. So, when you write a range operation, it's not a range, it is a range operation. So, whenever you write a range, what will happen? You just need to put here, suppose a comma n. So there will be start value, there will be end value. What will happen with a range operation? So it is going to create the value from a to n minus 1. Okay, let's try to understand what is a range operation from 2 to 6. Okay, so it is going to create the value from 2, 3, 4, 5 because n minus 1. Great. So how many elements are there? So there are elements. How many elements are there? There are 4 elements. So I'm reshaping it to 4. You can see I'm reshaping it to 4. If there's a 5 element, I have to reshape it to 5. Okay, and let's print it. Okay, so though your 1D array is ready, it look like this: 2, 3, 4, 5 in simple bracket. Great. So let's try to see how 2D array will look like. So you can able to compare 1D array and 2D array. So in 2D array, we have two important things, that is axis 0 and axis 1. Okay. So axis 0 and axis 1, the elements are placed in a way that it look like a matrix, but it is not matrix. It is array. Okay. Don't get confused by matrix and the array. Okay. It look like a matrix where you have the x elements, you have y elements. Okay, you have row elements, you have column elements, but it is axis 0 and axis 1 for 2D array. So let's create this. How to create this? So I'm taking again a range operation. So this is a range from what value to what value? It is from 2 to 10. So it means it is going to create 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. So it is actually creating how many elements? It is creating almost 8 elements. Okay. 2 to 9 is 8 elements. Okay. So this 8 elements, I'm going to reshape it to, I'm going to reshape it to 8 only. So the multiplication should be 8. So reshape it to number of elements. So if you multiply 2 with 4, it is going to be 8. Okay, so reshape, you have to make sure that it should be number of elements. So now number of elements is 8. So multiplication should be 2 into 4. Okay. You can do 8 into 1 also, 1 into 8 also, 4 into 2 also. Let's see what will happen when you do this way. So I'm going to run that. Okay, you can see there's a main bracket which is coming up, and inside that there's small two brackets are there. Okay, so when I write this way, I have my own terminology to understand this. Always this will help you. So when you write two, that is two main brackets, two main brackets, and inside that brackets, four means there are four elements. Okay, so two is two main brackets. You can see bracket number one. Which are the two main brackets? That one bracket is 2, 3, 4, 5. And the second bracket which I'm talking about is bracket number 2, and that is 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. And what are the elements? What are the elements? So in each bracket there are four elements, you can see. I hope this is very much clear to you. Now suppose if you write 4, 2, so what will happen to the answer? So multiplication now is 4, 2. So what is going to be happen? There will be now four main brackets, and inside that there will be two elements. Okay, so now there will be four main brackets and two elements. Let's see how the output look like. Okay, one bracket number 1, bracket number 2, bracket number 3, and bracket number 4. Great. So now there are four brackets, and inside that four brackets there are two elements. If somebody wants to write 1 into 8, what will happen? Okay, so 1, 8. When you write 1, 8, there will be one main bracket and 8 elements inside that. Oh, you will see it look like a 1D array only. But in 1D array, we have only one bracket. In 2D array, you can see there are two brackets. So don't get confused with that. Okay, even if it look like a 1D array, but it's not 1D array. If somebody wants to write that into 8 into 1, that is also completely fine. Okay, so now there will be 8 main brackets, and each bracket will be having one elements. Now, I hope this concept is very much crystal clear to you. So let's go for a 3D array. So now there will be three axes, axis 0, axis 1, and axis 2. Great. So now these axes are basically the way the elements are being kept. It looks like a cube. Okay, let's try to understand that how to create a 3D array. One thing I will want to say, it looks like a cube, but you can have number of element on a x-axis, y-axis, and 0 axis, 1 axis, and 2 axis as per your wish. It's not compulsory that it should be on a square format. Okay, let's try to see how it actually look like. So when you write a range operation from a range operation n, so that is going to be create the value from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so now we have 24. That means it is going to create the value from 0 to 23. So how many elements are there? How many elements are there? 24. Okay, so the multiplication should be 24 for sure. Okay, like here we have a reshape, that is 4 into 2. Similarly, here also the reshape should be multiplication of the number of elements, and the number of elements is 24. So the multiplication which we are taking is 4 into 3 into 2. So this is basically going to be 24. So now let's see how it actually look like. Then I'll tell you the interpretation of 4 into 3 into 2. So you can see there are 4 mini brackets. Okay, so I want you to see this bracket. Okay, so this look more clear over here. So this is bracket number 1, this is bracket number 2, this is bracket number 3, this is bracket number 4. So I have my own terminology to understand that. So I would say this is the main brackets. Okay, so this is the main brackets, and these are the number in term of how much? 4. So we have 4 main brackets. I'll just highlight one more time. This is 4 more brackets, main brackets. Okay. And now we have the next one, and that is mini brackets. So inside one main bracket, there will be mini brackets. So how many mini brackets are there? 3. You can check out. Okay, this is a 3 mini brackets. Inside each mini brackets, how many elements are there? So like we have the elements over here 2. Here we have elements as 2 itself. Okay, so you can see in each mini bracket there will be 2 elements. Great. So I hope this is clear to you. So let's change it. Suppose if somebody write it 6, 2 and 2. So there will be now 6 main brackets. Inside that 2 mini brackets and 2 elements in each. Very crystal clear. Great. Let's take this next one. Suppose if somebody was to write it 2 main brackets, there will be 3 mini brackets, and each should have the 6 element. No, this multiple, it should have the 4 elements. The multiplication should be 24. So there are the 2 main brackets, main bracket 1, main bracket 2. Inside that, the 3 mini bracket, okay, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And inside that, each mini bracket will be having 4 elements. So I hope 3D array is very much clear to you. Okay. So this is a one way of creating 1D, 2D, and 3D array. There's some other way also, like this is a fixed number of elements. Serially we are taking 0 to 23, 1 to 9, or 1 to 10. But suppose somebody wants to create an array with a different values. So that is also possible. Okay, you can create a 0D array also. Just write only one value, and that will be your 0D array. Actually, it does not make any sense of creating 0D array, but you can still do that. Okay, so let's go and try to understand the next part, and that is 1D array. Okay, so 1D array only gives single bracket and write down array as a keyword, and your 1D array is ready. Great. Okay, so now what we can do, we can have the 2D array. So you can see there is one main bracket. Inside that there's main bracket 1, main bracket 2, and inside that there are 2 elements. So you can create a 2D array like this. Great. Okay, and now I want you to see this one. So I'm just highlighting that first. Okay, this is a main bracket. This is a main bracket. Inside that there are 2 mini brackets, and inside that there is a 3 elements. So this way 3D array can be created. Okay, sound interesting? Great. So let's go to the next one. Suppose you have 1D array. So how to access the elements of 1D array? How to access that? How to access the elements of 1D array? So let's try to understand this. So suppose 1D array is created, and I want to check the position of each one of them. So the 15 is basically at the location 0. Great. The 20 is at the location 1. Okay. 35 is at the location 3, and so on. So now this is a very crystal clear concept. Okay. So when you write 0, B of 0, it is going to tell me that 15. B of 3, it is going to tell me 67. Similarly, we have a negative indexing is also possible. Like the last 50 is considered to be as -1. The 89 is considered to be as -2 location. Okay. Next, we have the 67 is considered to be as -3, and so on. So when you write -1, it is going to take the value as 50. If somebody write -6, you just kind of count that -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and -6. So 15 will going to come for sure. Okay, great. So now this is very clear. Now if somebody write this way, let me write out here itself, hash Okay, 1 colon n. So this is going to take the value from, sorry, a colon n, a to n minus 1. Okay, so let's take some value over here. So if I write 1 colon 4, so this is going to represent the value from starting from 1 and end into 3, n minus 1. Okay, so 1 is at 20, 35 and 67. Great. So now let's take, let's remove this n, 1. So when you write in a bracket only colon n, so what will happen? It is going to take the value from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so now let's run this. So this is going to take from 0, that is 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, suppose somebody have write like this 4 and nothing on this side. Okay, so when you write n or a and nothing on this side, so this is going to take the value from a to last value till all last value will be covered. So it is going to start from 4 and all last value will be covered. Great. So 4 is at 89 and 50. So very crystal clear concept, very crystal clear. Okay. So a to n, only n and only a. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 is 1 and 2 only will going to come. Now, how to go for an indexing of 2D array? This was a 1D array indexing. Now 2D array indexing. So now 2D array is created. So let me write down and highlight something on that first. So first bracket, this bracket I'm taking it here, Control C, Control V, and that will be suppose at 0 location. Now the second bracket, this is the second bracket. Now this second bracket is basically at 1 location. Great. So we have the 0 location, we have the 1 location. And inside that hash, the 10 is at 0 location, comma, the 20 is at 1 location, comma, 30 is at 2 location. Okay. So, okay, this is for the first one. Similarly, for the second one also, 40 will be at 0 location, 50 will be at 1 location, and 60 will be at second location. So let's run this. This 2D array is created. So when you write 0, 1, it is first will go to inside this, and 1 means this 2. Okay. So we reach 20. Suppose somebody write 1 and inside that 0. So it will first going to go in this bracket and 0 will be the 40 location. Okay, I hope this concept of indexing for 2D is crystal clear to you. So let's go to the next one, negative indexing. So how the negative indexing works for this? Negative indexing. Okay, so this is considered to be at -1. Okay, and this is considered to be at -2. Similarly, inside that, this will be at -1. This will be at -2 and this will be at -3. So when you write -1, so the first one will be selected, and inside that if you write -2, so 40 will be selected. Okay, great. 50, okay, -2, okay. So -1, -2, 50 will be selected. 40 is at -3. You can mix positive and negative indexing also. Okay, so let's write down here -1 and we can take as 1 suppose. So -1 means this will be selected and inside that 1 will be 50. 50 will be selected. Okay, great. So this is basically the indexing of 2D array. Now let's go for an indexing of 3D array. So now this look difficult, but I'll make it easy for you. So this is a main bracket. Control C, Control V. Okay. So this is the main bracket. Will give a 0, or in the negative indexing, it is going to become as -2. Okay. So now the next one. Suppose we take this one. This is the main bracket. Control C, Control V, and we have the indexing for this is 1 or -1. Both are okay. Now when you go inside that, okay, so now this will be the first one. That will be either indexed as 0 or -2. Great. And the second bracket is considered to be as the next indexing, and that is 1 or -1. Now inside that, if you go, so 11 is considered to be as 0th location. Then 22 is considered to be as 1 location. Then 33 is considered to be as 2 location. Or we can say this is considered to be as, or this is considered to be as -1 location, or this is considered to be as -2 location, or this is considered to be as -3 location. Okay. So we have -1, -2, and -3 location also. Negative indexing is also possible. Similarly, I have written for this bracket. You can go for this bracket also, writing this same way, and each element also you can write it down. So the 3D array is created. Now let's try to understand how the indexing goes. Suppose 0. 0 means the first one will be selected. Inside that 1. 1 means the first one will be, this one will be selected. And inside that 1 means 55 will be selected. Okay. So if I write it here -1, so -1 means this one will be selected. Inside that 1 means this one will be selected. Inside that 1 is 85 will be selected. Okay, very crystal clear concept. Okay, you can mix two things also. Like this is -1, so this will be selected. After that, -2 means this will be selected. And inside that 1 means 28 will be selected. Okay. So the concepts are very crystal clear. You can go and iterate through all the elements of 1D, 2D, and 3D array using for loop also. So 1D array is created. Now I'm taking a value from X. So X is basically my array, and I'm just iterating to all the values of X, and I'm printing that. Yes, it's possible. Similarly, I can do it for 2D array, and similarly I can do it for 3D array also. Okay, so each element iteration is also possible. You can see I'm iterating through each value. Similarly, 2D also I'm iterating through each value, and 3D also I'm iterating through each value. Okay, so suppose we have the array like this, and I want to take it from 5 onwards. This is basically called as a slicing of the array. Okay, this is basically called as a slicing of the array. You can see from 5 all values will come. It's same as the indexing concept. Okay. So now let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one, and that will be 1 minute. Great. So the next one will say okay. So what next one we're going to say? Okay. So this is the array which I have created, and I'm not going to take up to 2. So 2 will not be included. It is same as the indexing. So we named it as slicing. Negative slicing. So from -3 to -1. So -3 will be from here. Okay. So -3 to -1. That means 56 and 86 will going to come over here. Minus 3, you might be wondering, sir, why minus 1 is not been considered? Because it is always n plus 1 when you take a negative indexing. So n minus 1. So minus 1 minus 1, that will be minus 2. So this is going to take the value from minus 3 to minus 2, n minus 1. Okay, great. Similarly, we can take the value like this. So this is going to take the value from 1 to 5, but skip one value. So it is going to skip one value, and it is going to print the value from 1 to 5. So 1 means 24, 36 will be skipped, 42, 5 will be skipped. Okay. So now let's go to the next one. This is basically going to show you the index of particular part, particular specific location. So let me write down this first easy way. Suppose we take a 0 location. So the 0 location, what will be the value? 10. Now if I write suppose 0 and 3. So the third location, what is the value? 0, 1, 2, 3. 40 will also come. So 10 and 40 will come. Okay. Suppose somebody has written minus 2. So what is the array? The minus 2, minus 1, minus 2. 80 will also going to come in the array. Okay. So now this is very clear. So you can go to the specific element 2. So this will going to come as 30 also in the array. So 0th location 10. Third location 40. Minus 2 location 80. And 2 location that will be 30. Great. So now suppose you want to go like a specific location for a 1D array. Similarly, you can go for a 2D array. So this is going to take 0 and 0. So 0 is of this value and 0 means 10. This is going to take 1. So 1 means this will be. Okay, and inside that 1 means this. 2 means this bracket will be selected. And inside that 1 means 60 will be selected. So you have to take a combination of that. So 0 and 0, 1 and 1, and 2 and 2. This way combination is presenting over here. You can just take all the values which is greater than 50 also. Suppose you have the value like this and you can just choose all the value greater than 50. You can choose all the value which is divided by 30, and just after choosing that value, I'm going to square that. Okay. If you get confused, just let me remove this first. Okay. So I'm going to choose all the value which is divided by 30. Okay. 30, 60 and 90. And now I'm going to square that. So this is a squaring of each of the value. 30 will be squared, 60 will be squared, and 90 will be squared. Okay, now this is slightly heavy, okay, but we'll try to understand. What is the meaning of this? So first, the addition of each of them will be chosen. So addition of this is 30. The addition of this is 70. The addition of this is 110. Okay, so which bracket is actually divided by 30? The first bracket. So that will be shown over here. Suppose if I make it here 30, then this bracket will also going to become. Okay, and if I make it 60 over here, because the addition of this will be the value which is divided by 30. Great. Now suppose you want to go to the second value of each in 3D array. That is also possible, like 30, 60, 90, 120. So you could just write all 3 dots, comma 2. So this is going to be on the second element of each of them. Okay, great. Suppose you want to reach to the specific element, that is also possible. I already covered that in previous part. Suppose you want to check the dimension of that. Suppose you have taken this and you want to check what is the dimension of that. That is also possible. So the first is 0 dimension. Second one, we can observe this 1D array, 2D array, and 3D array. Let's see how it actually look like. 0, 1, 2, 3 array. You can create an n-dimensional array also. So like I'm creating a 7-dimensional array. You can see 7 brackets are coming up. Okay, so up to three dimension our work will be solved. Suppose I have taken a value like this and I want to replace from 1 to 7, that is 1 to 6, all value to 100. That is also possible. Let's check how it actually look like. ARR. Just print ARR. So the new one will be all the values from 1 to 7, 6 will be replaced by 100. Now in NumPy we have a very special method, that is we can just write down the missing value also. So the missing value is represented as .nan. So whenever you see anywhere like np.nan, that means this value is missing value. This value is not available. Okay, so we can just have the printing of that. Okay, we can find out how many elements, okay, are there. So there are three elements. Okay, as per the index. So we are checking index 0, 1, 2, 3. So in NP array, in NumPy, the array is basically called as a NumPy ND array. Great. You can check out the type, the data which you have stored inside that. You can check out the data type also. So this is going to show you a integer exactly, but this is a weird answer will going to come, and that is U9. Okay. Suppose you want to store everything in integer itself, so you can just write down I over here. This is going to store everything in integer. Even if you give you the value as float, okay, the value will be converted into integer and stored into integer itself. You can take a particular element and perform addition or subtraction operation as per your requirement. Okay, you can just split your array. You can just split your array as per your requirement. Okay, so I'm splitting this array in 4 parts so that I can work along it with it. So I'm making it in a 4 parts. The first part will be this one, the second part will be this one, third part and fourth part. So I can make it in a 3 parts also. So I can create my array in a small parts also. Great. Okay, so let's go to the next one, and in that I'm just going to check where are the ones inside the elements. You can see it is very difficult to find out the location of a particular element in a list, but it is very easy to do that in array. You can check out the one is at one location, two location, and the sixth location. Next, you have suppose an array like this. You can just sort out that. Great. Okay. So now this is a very special part. Okay. Suppose wherever there is a true value, that will be represented like 10 and true. So 10 will be represented, but 20 and false, so 20 will not represent it. 30 and true, the 30 will be represented. Okay. Now the next part is suppose a equal to np dot array, and I just want to check out how many repetition values are there, and I want to just remove that. That is also possible. So all the unique value will be represented, repeated will be removed. I can just check out what is there in the first axis. You can see, and that I'm sorting it out in ascending order. So this is ascending order. I can have the last axis also in the ascending order. You can see this is also basically change into the ascending or sorting place. Sorting has been taken. You can do a sorting in any axis also like this. See here. So axis will be removed and sorting will be done. Okay. Suppose you have 2D array, 1D array, any D array, and you just want to check how many non-zeros values are there. You can see there are 4 non-zeros value. So everything which is very important to the NumPy array operation, indexing, how to create it, some operations, addition operations I covered in this tutorial. I hope this is useful to you.